And that actually brings us to the end of today's conference. And Jill, it's been a remarkable day. It seems quite a while ago since we sat together to start and launch today's conference, but I think we've had a remarkable series of presentations. If I were to use one word that, for me at least, captures much of the day, it is diversity. And I mean that in the context of the diversity of the areas that KHP is working on and people within KHP are contributing to. It reminds me of the diversity of the community within KHP and the way in which, of course, that brings very different ideas, different approaches to the work that we wish to undertake on behalf of our patients and the population, but of course reminds us, as indeed we have been very, very ably reminded in this last session, of the diversity of the population, the communities that we serve. And I think we've gained some insights, but also recognized there remains much for us to do. And KHP really needs to be at the leading edge of responding to that. Now, probably appropriate at this point to let the audience know that if you missed any element of the day, it's been recorded, and and that'll be available to you very shortly. In addition, as we started the day and I reflected on elements of the impact report, that'll be sent out to all of those who have attended. But we would ask for one further response from the audience, because we really need to know and would like to hear from you as to the ways in which you feel the day has gone and understand, has that provided you with an understanding of the breadth of activity going on across KHP. So there's a brief evaluation survey, and that's sitting in the Slido. If you'd be kind enough to take a look at that, it won't take you long to complete. Now, Jill, there's a whole series of folk we need to thank, and indeed it's always very difficult to know where to start, and of course there's a great risk that you'll miss out on a few folk. I'm going to start, and then perhaps you might recognise a few that I'm going to understandably need to be acknowledged for the contributions to the organisation of this. But I would just like to start by thanking Lord Kakar for his introductory comments, to Kshitij Kapoor, to Matt Whitty, and of course Sir Norman Lamb for chairing the sessions and really drawing a wide range of thought into those sessions. Of course, I'd like to thank all of our speakers for the work they've put into preparing for today, but of course also those who have then engaged here in live discussion to follow. Organising a conference, for any of you who've been engaged in such things, is no trivial exercise. And if I were to say that we will start planning next year's conference probably tomorrow morning. Absolutely. And that gives you a sense of just how long it takes to get these things into shape. I think we've had a remarkable conference today, and I'm going to let Jill acknowledge some of the folk who've been contributory to the organisation of it.
Thanks, Richard. So it's been a fantastic day. I loved the molecules, I loved the partnership and the impact, but my favourite piece was Janet Treasure and the superpower of service users with lived experience and the voice that they give us and the messages that they tell us. And I thought that was incredibly powerful. So all of the comms team, that's Seda, Tom, Henry, Joe, Wenda, have been an absolute triumph today. Autumn Live have kept us on track by some miracle. It's been like being on the BBC sofa for most of the day and really invigorating. But to all the partnerships and programmes that created the content, built the expo and created the material for all of the presentations and videos today, we thank you so much. And we've had a truly international audience. We've had the largest audience we've ever had, and I hope that you've really enjoyed it. So thank you very much indeed.
And with that, thank you for joining us, and we hope you found this a useful conference and an exposure to the activities of KHP. Thank you so much.